Awesome entertainment, a celebration of talent.
The second year show is pretty much the defining memory I have of going to Harvard Medical School.
To me, what second year show represents is really the spirit of the students here.
There are several things I love about the second year show. One is, it is the most amazing talent from a group of students who came here not because they were picked for their dancing or singing skills or their choreography skills or their writing skills. They're picked because they've done incredibly well in their medical school course, their pre-med courses and college. And the fact that you have this amazingly talented group of people who also have these other talents is always just totally delightful to me.
Second year show, first of all, brings back lots of memories for me because as an HMS student, I was in the second year show for my own class. It was a time to really get together with friends, get away a little bit from the arduous classwork that you had to do, and really get to know people in a different context. And I think it served that same purpose, certainly over the years as I have gone to so many shows now as a faculty member. But every time I go, I kind of reflect back on my own experiences and kind of friendships and connections that people make during the second year show is something that really lasts for a long time.
So we've actually enjoyed being portrayed as kind of, in the romance setting.
And when I appeared, I was sort of this dweeby junior faculty member being made fun of because of my boring PowerPoint presentations. And here was, my mentor Abul, who was this larger-than-life character.
I'm like, oh my god, but amused.
Joel and I were secretly had a greater than platonic relationship, and that sort of carried through. And then later, it got a little more ugly in terms of power dynamics in our relationship.
One year, I was actually my character was the hero of the show in whatever the plot was. And that was my high point years and years ago.
In past second year shows, I'd say I've been portrayed wholly untruthfully, but I've always gotten a huge kick out of it. If anything, I'm portrayed with a whole lot more power than I really have.
Oh, I think that, as I say, it's always a little jarring to see yourself up there and the mannerisms that the students pick up on and, of course, then accentuate for the purposes of the comedy. But I think again it's always tended well. The people who play me in the shows, I've always connected with them afterwards, and they've always done it in a sense of love and respect, I think, at some level. And so, I think there's always that saying, imitation is the highest form of flattery, perhaps. So, if people are imitating me out there, I try to take something good out of that.
But then I basically was, because maybe I'm sort of a boring guy, I wasn't bald enough, I didn't have a funny Indian accent, I was basically ignored year after year after year.
I said, I love the way that students have portrayed faculty and written just an amazing variety of takes on their experience. Just love to see all of these things that students can do that obviously, don't come up in day-to-day time.
I'll definitely miss, it's sort of all wrapped up the last few years in like the holiday season and everything, so it's kind of been that nice coming together, at that time of year after Thanksgiving and everything. So I'll sort of miss that kind of wintry experience that we have. So.
As they're about to head out into the wards, they've that moment of being poised on the brink.
Of course I'll miss, I'll sometimes miss being portrayed in the show, because I imagine by the time people hit fourth year, their first year will be, you know, mostly distant memory. So there may not be as much emphasis on the first year faculty.
Fourth year show, first of all, people will have gone through the clinical experience, and so I imagine that will be a much more prominent topic in fourth year shows, as whereas now it's really not at all.
Reflection.
Fun. Spark. Controlled chaos.
I think it's just fun.
Entertaining.
Fantastic.
Long.
Really awesome.
Powerful.
Fun. So these are the three things I think all of you need to know. First of all, you've all been portraying us completely wrong. Second of all Altshuler and Hirshhorn do not have a love affair. And third of all, when you get to the wards, it's on.